What's happening, everybody? I'm gonna let a few couple people get on here real quick. All right, all right, all right. So let me get these advertisements taken care of. So first up tonight we have Jade Affiliated, custom motorcycle wheels, all shapes, all sizes, anything you need. Jad has you covered. JadeAF.com, Jade Affiliated on all your social media platforms. You need custom wheels, custom parts, custom anything, man. This seems like this guy is making everything, man. Go check him out at jadeaf.com or Jade Affiliated on all your social media platforms. Next up, American Drag Seats. AmericanDragSeats.com. You need a custom motorcycle seat. You need custom upholstery. You need custom seat pans, custom foams. You need to modify what you got. Check us out at AmericanDragSeats.com. Check us out on all the social media platforms at American Drag Seats / Attitude Inc. or just American Drag Seats. We got you covered. Next up is our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Daniel Roby and the guys over there are doing some great work, man, at all the shows, out and about, taking us to places we can't go. Watch his live. Subscribe to Urban Rides Magazine on all the social media platforms. Go online and go to the website, urbanridesmagazine.com, and get you a subscription. Next up is our good friend over at hopkins-design.com. The easiest thing I can tell you, if you need a website, you need a logo, you need anything to do with your company, give Earl a call or email him, or just go to the website and check out what he does. He does all the websites for us at hopkins-design.com. And then last up, but definitely not least, our good friends over at hellspeedshop.com. Custom flannels, t-shirts, hats, blankets. They got everything, man. You got to get over to hellspeedshop.com, order you some stuff up. Follow them on all the social media platforms. hellspeedshop.com. Best flannels in the industry. What's happening, everybody? Mr. Timothy Skates is watching. Pedro the Engraver's watching. Patrick Price is watching. If you're watching this show, please leave a comment wherever you're watching from. Just let me know you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Tonight's show is kind of a cool show, a unique show, because I'm going to be discussing, what's up, Mr. William Cole? Bike builds, building bikes. Very plain, very simple. That's basically what I'm going to be discussing tonight. Hold on, I need a drink. So, what I wanted to discuss tonight is that a lot of you guys out there own your own businesses, build your own bikes, modify your bikes. Pedro's watching; he does a lot of cool, kick-ass engraving. Um, but if you're watching the show, it's because you love bikes. What's up, brother? So, if you don't, if you build cars, you build bikes, you build trucks, it doesn't matter what you build, what you do. I know for a fact that at some point in your years of doing what you do, you have had people tell you, oh man, stay away from that one. Don't do that job. You're going to lose your ass on that job. That's, you need to just tell the customer to start over with something else. Well, what's up, Dan Juban Smooth in the house, Joe Faust in the house. The reason I'm talking about this is because man, since I've been working on everything since about 1986, 1987, I worked on my own cars, built my own cars. You know, I never built professional grade anything, but I mean, I was in my car every weekend, had it at the car wash, getting it pimped for Saturday night driving up and down the drag, doing stuff like that, put the stereos in it, did all of my stuff myself. um And over all these years, I can tell you, that throughout the years of doing stuff, doing my own things, I've literally had people tell me, "Man, don't do that. That's going to be stupid. Don't do that." I don't actually listen to everybody when they tell me don't do something. I'm quite actually the opposite. What I end up doing is I am doing what I want the way that I want, and sometimes it's a home run, sometimes it's dud. It's just the way it is, But I do know this. What's up, James Moe? Tim McLaughlin's in the house. Chris Carlstrom. But my point is, oh, Nancy Weems, what's going on? But my point is that if you don't make an effort, if you don't get up and try something you want to try, that is so funny, James Moe. Uh, if you don't try, then you're never going to know. And sometimes your friends, sometimes the people in your circle know better than you do because they've done it before, they've tried it before, things like that. And they know that, it's probably not going to work out the way you want it to. And by all means, man, listen to your circle. But sometimes you don't need to listen to anybody. You just need to do what you want to do. The reason I say that is because failure is a form of education. If you look at failure as a form of education and you don't look at it like failure, you're going to succeed. Even if it's a failure, even if it doesn't work out, even if it sucks, whatever you're doing, you have to make it something that you learn from. Now, as you guys see, my buddy James Moe is running his mouth, and I love that guy to death. When it comes to Camaros and Camaro parts and years and all that, he is a guru. The guy knows what he's talking about, the whole 9 yards. Well, I had a Trans Am in high school, and yes, James beat me all the time. But the reality is mine was an everyday driver. I drove that thing every day. I did everything I could to make my car as fast as I could with the knowledge I had. I was in auto shop. So I was learning things, but I always did it my way, to the way that I want to do it. Fast forward to all the bike building stuff. Back in 2013, when I built my first bagger, which everybody knows it was the Twisted King. I didn't know certain things about building bikes. So, not knowing certain things about building bikes, I had nobody to tell me what I was doing wrong, what I was doing right. I just did what I thought would be cool. And I spent a lot of money and I spent a lot of time. I mean, it took me 10 and a half months, but we made everything. We didn't buy any kits. We didn't do any of that. Even the neck kit, the short neck kit, all I bought was the triple trees. So the neck being cut and welded and all that, getting the geometry correct, I didn't know how to do that at the time. So I took it to a shop, that a good shop. It was called Power and Chrome in here in Baytown, Texas. And those guys, I did a lot of seats for those guys. So when it came time to raking my neck, they knew what they were doing. They knew how to do it, and they knew how to do it correctly. So I took it to them. But as time has gone on over the last 15, 16, 7, the last 17, holy shit, how many years? That's 5, that's 10, it's 11. Over the last 12 years that I've actually been making an effort to build bikes, customize bikes, and do all these things, we've had projects that would come to us that, man, we really, really, really never should have taken. But I'm glad we did take them, because those customers needed somebody to rely on, someone that was going to do what they say they were going to do, someone complete the project, go through the paces with them, and make their stuff right. Well, we ended up getting a bike in here in the shop this last couple of months. I want to say it was I think we've had the bike for 3 months now. And this bike's not supposed to be what it is. And talking to friends, talking to other builders and people, they were like, dude, don't do it. It's going to be too much effort for very little return. And I'm going to let you guys know right now that between Devin and myself doing this trike, even though it's not what I would have done, even though it's not the way I would have done it, doing what the customer asked, him listening to us on a couple of things, The collaboration of the minds together to make a product. This trike is amazing looking. And we didn't even do a full build on it. But what we did do, you could consider a full build because there's not a piece of it that we didn't touch. We tore this bike all the way down to the frame, the engine, the transmission. That's it. That's all that was in the bike. So a frame, and engine, and transmission was all that was left. Front end, rear end, forks, tank, seat, batteries, wiring, all that stuff got out of the bike to do the modifications that we did to it. Now, some people are telling us, no, I would have never done that. But now that we've done it, we've put the time in it, and it's a pretty fast turnaround time for everything that we actually did to the bike. This thing has turned out amazing. And even though I didn't quite understand what the customer's goal was, watching Devin put this stuff together, watching Devin's vision for what needed to be done, how it needed to be done, him discussing with me how to accomplish certain things to make certain things form and function correctly. Because the last thing you want to do is build something and the customer goes down the road and something falls off, something breaks, something this, that, or the other. So in building this and doing the things that we do, you have to think about the longevity. He's going to be on a freeway. He's going to be on back roads, bumpy roads, these types of things. You got to make sure that all the parts are really secure, and the way that you build them and the way you form them, fit them together, that it all works and functions like it was purposefully built this way. Even though this bike was pre-built, already done, rolling down the road, and he wanted something totally different than what he had. Be paying attention over the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. We should be unveiling the bike, maybe a month, depending on the workload and everything that we've got to get everything done, because it is an audio bike now, but it's so unique. I promise you, you're not going to see anything else out there like this, not even close to like this. But my point is that once we've done this, the people that told us, hey, don't do it, I do believe in them. But we had to do this bike because A, we needed the work, but B, the challenge of actually doing something and transforming it into what we've done, the payoff is going to be worth it because it's beautiful. The paint job, the audio, the seat, the tank, just there's so much that we did that once we post pictures, we'll post before and after pictures so you can see everything that we did do to the bike. What's up, Michael? Lori's in the house. My buddy Brian, my buddy Mike Bell. Good to see you watching, brother. Sam Bass is in the house. I appreciate it. Robert Davis. But my whole point is that as a builder, as a fabricator, as a painter, as a powder coater, there's so many things you can be in the motorcycle world. When you find something you want to do, remember that even if you fail at the first try, what did you learn? What did you take away from that failure? You know, what did you learn about the other stuff while you were doing it? You know, the types of parts you use, the types of equipment you buy, the wiring, the welding. What type of welding did you do on it? You know, structural integrity. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's what my dad always told me. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So quit complaining. Get out there, make the effort, make it work. When I sit here and I talk to you guys about this bike, I promise you in the next 3 to 4 weeks, when we're done with it and it's fully assembled, stereo's tuned, everything's done, I'm going to do a little photo shoot out in the school parking lot because it's a big, open, huge area. So I can get a full 360 of the whole entire bike, get some close-up shots of all the stuff that was done to it. It's a really, really cool transformation from what it was to what it is. It's just awesome. The things we did to it, you know, there were some other things we could have done, but the customer, I don't want to say the customer ran out of money, but the customer was very financially concerned with what he was doing. So there's a couple of things we didn't do that he probably would have wanted, but would have costed, you know, quite a few more dollars to get done. But the overall build of this bike is really, really cool. And I can't wait to unveil it because the people that know this bike are going to know instantly, holy shit, this one got knocked out of the park. And I'm not tooting my own horn. What I'm saying is that seeing my son in that garage working and doing stuff, and I'm sitting over here scratching my head thinking, man, why are you doing it that way? What are you doing with this? Why are you going that direction? Basically, he is a mini me and was basically like, well, just sit back, shut up, and watch, and you'll see why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I did. I took a back seat. I took a back seat to what he was doing, and I waited, and I couldn't be more proud because I actually see what he was talking about now, that it's complete, it's done, it's on the bike. And the mixture of what he did and the mixture of what I actually did on the bike, when you put all these molded pieces together, not only is it the bike build, not only is it really cool looking, but it was a build that we both get to claim together, that we did together, that we fought together, that we have that memory of that bike together, which is, man, the a bonus, a cherry on top when you get to spend time with somebody you love and somebody you respect, and I'm talking about him, that you watch them grow and you watch them evolve into. So it's a Street Glide, Sam. Well, it's a Street Glide fairing. It's not a Street Glide. This is a custom tire, bobbered style little trike. But you got to see it when it's done. It'll make sense when we unveil it. Um, Very custom, very unique, badass build. Enjoyed myself spending the time with him. Argued, of course, because there's going to be arguments of why you doing it this way, why you doing it that way, making everything fit, making everything form, everything function, and everything work properly together. That's the cool part, because I also want to do a video riding this bike because it's just a really cool looking bike now that it's done. And like I said, with the customer talking to us, Devin and I working together, the three of us putting our heads together on how things are going to look, what they're going to be, how they're going to be. This little trike is really, really freaking cool. That's not so much what the show tonight's about. The show tonight was more about the fact that you do stuff even when others tell you you shouldn't do those things, and you do them. And while you're doing them, you're learning lessons, you're learning what not to do, you're learning what works, what works better, all these different things to actually make a finished product that looks really, really cool. And I wish we had 10 or 20 more of them to do, because it's a fun project. We know more about this style of bike. So when it's done, you sit back and you're like, man, I'm kind of sad that build process is over with, because that bike is gone now. And I remember for 3 months, man, we spent a lot of time building this thing, doing this thing, making all this work together, and now we're finished. That project's over. Now you move on to the next project. But what I learned doing this trike, I'm going to push forward onto the next build, and then the next build, the next build, the next build. And that time frame that you're sitting there and you're learning stuff. Every single bike build, you learn something new that you didn't do to the bike before. It's a awesome thing. Yeah, I like the Trump tank I'm doing. Right on. What's up, Keith Gibbons? Austin Wagner. Uncle Bruno's in the house. But my whole point is, that's what the show is about. Building bikes, building things, doing stuff. I'm still working on how to do these videos and edit these videos together, these short reels, these short put togethers, so you can see a lot of cool work being done in, short attention span time frames, because everybody's got a short attention span. And it's because of TikTok, it's because of Facebook, it's because of Instagram, it's because YouTube, all these places where your mind has been literally taught to watch a 30-second video and move on to the next one. I don't even know how many of y'all could actually sit down on a Monday night and watch regular channel, NBC, CBA, or what is it? NBC, CBS, or ABC, and watch watch through all the commercials because you'd be constantly trying to fast forward through the commercials. That's our attention spans now. And it applies to a lot of stuff. Why can't we get it done faster? Why can't we get it done faster? Well, sometimes it just takes what it takes to get it done. I'm trying to put these videos together so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch, a 16-hour process. You can watch it in, a minute or two and see the whole process. It's really cool because I know that there's other people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to building stuff and doing stuff, and know that failure is just another piece of learning, another piece of education. And I love that. And it's taken me a long time to understand, failure is part of the process. It's part of what you do, just like doing custom motorcycle seats or machining work or paint jobs. I mean, I can tell you the woes and the horrors of painters that I know that, man, they're constantly learning stuff because the paint industry is changing, the chemical compositions are changing, this, that, and the other. I mean, I see a couple people on here, Austin Wagner, Pedro the Engraver, that do engraving type work and stuff. And I know for a fact you didn't just jump into that and you weren't instantly good. That took years of practice to get that way. Yeah, Tim McLaughlin sat there 5 hours today to make a little aluminum part. Took 29-second video. What's up, Jason Jeter? Innovation is 90% failure that teaches you the best way to do something. Amen. That is very true. But I will say this. I'm super stoked and excited to unveil this bike because it's so cool looking and it wasn't supposed to be. It was never supposed to be this kind of bike. But when you see it, this kind of bike is really cool because it's so unique and you don't just see these. I mean, I bet you could go to 100 bike shows in a year and you'll never see a duplicate of this bike in stance or anything, even the fact that it's a trike. So when I say that, and I tell you guys, I'm not telling anybody anything you guys don't already know. You already know failure is part of the process. You're going to have friends that are going to tell you don't do stuff. You're going to do it anyway. And that's how you do stuff. I saw a documentary the other day, which I say it was a documentary. It was another one of these, YouTube reels that lasted, I want to say it was 10 minutes, but it was on Isky Cams and how that guy got started making custom cams for race cars. And it's the most, would you see the story? I don't know if any of you other guys have who know who Isky Cams is, but I know who Isky Cams is. I mean, I've used a couple of them before. But the fact that the way that he actually built his first cams and figured out the geometry and all the ratios, the lift, the duration, all that, it's beyond me how he figured all of that out. But he did it, and he did it without a machining process. My first metal art was done with a grinder and a framing nail I used to scratch lines. Right on. So it's really cool when you see the innovation of people in industry, no matter what the industry is. You just the best guys out there, the best man at their craft, the best builders, the best painters, they all say the same thing, man. I keep learning every day. I learn something new every day, even if it's something as simple as knowing that cellophane acts as a release agent, and that's a whole thing for seat guys. It's awesome. I just learned this literally last week. Cellophane is a great release agent. Um, but anyway, so that's basically all I've got to say for tonight's show. I'm going to take the next couple of minutes and talk about the Bagger build off, the All Texas Bagger build off. As it sits, we still have Scotty Roberts. We still have Val Vargas. We still have Timothy Skates. We still have Devin Sockwell with Legacy Bike Works. We still have Eric Contreras. Unfortunately, Cameron has backed out. They said they just didn't have the time. Derek backed out. What's up, Maria? Ta-da! That's all I'm showing. Uh, ta-da! That's all I'm showing. Uh, but as far as I understand right now, like I said, we still have Devin, Scotty Roberts, Timothy Skates, Val Vargas, Wayne Smith, and Eric Contreras. If I am missing anybody, I do apologize. But it looks like it's down to 6 people. We have $1,000 in the pot for the winner, and we're still pumping right along. Um, I haven't paid yet, but I've got a uh, advertising video that Earl Hopkins has done and put. I think he put it out there on his page. I haven't paid him for it yet because I don't have the money, but I'm going to pay him for it as soon as I get a couple of these jobs done this coming week that are booked to be done. I will pay him and I'll put that out there. Um, but you know, I've talked to so many builders over the last couple of months, and all of these builders are like, man, I don't live in Texas. I really, are you going to do more build offs? I've even talked to a couple of them in Texas saying, man, are you going to do another build off next year? And I keep telling all of them, yes, I'm going to do another build off, but there's going to be an entry fee next year. There's going to be a $1,500 entry fee. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I know the 2021 National Biker Build Off worked so well and really did great. We were able to give away a lot of money. But here's the deal. If you've got money in the game, you're going to take it more seriously. So, yes, I'm going to be doing another. Are we still mad at audio or no? No, I'm not mad at audio. I'm mad at the people in audio. Audio didn't do anything to anybody but make me listen to some good Zeppelin, man. So it's not the audio's fault. It's some of the players' fault. Remember, hate the player, not the game. It's the players, not the game. I love the audio game. Um, but anyway, so yes, I am going to try to do another one next year, but it's going to be a national one that anybody coast to coast can get in on. It will be $1,500. I'm saying it right now that yes, I'm going to try to do another one next year, but there will be an entry fee for this one. So anyway, but we're doing our best to make this happen with the entrance. We still have Scotty Roberts made a post the other day saying, who all is still in this. So like I said, in this right now that I know of, Devin Sockwell with Legacy Bike Works, Scotty Roberts with Bloodline, Val Vargas with Screaming Sounds, Eric Contreras with Powerhouse, Timothy Skates, and then Wayne Smith. So that's your 6 builders as it sits right now. I don't know what to say past that. He put a post out there, Scotty Roberts did, asking where is everybody, who all still in this. And, I don't know of, other than Devin, I don't know anybody else that's piped up and said they're still in it. So we're waiting and seeing. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Remember, keep building, be nice, and tune in. And if anybody knows how to make them short videos and edit that shit together on a Samsung device, not a iPhone, a Samsung, man, hit a brother up and help me out. I need to figure out how to make those videos better because I got a lot of cool shit I want to make, and I want to show you guys what we do over here at American Drag Seats and Legacy Bike Works. But anyway, you guys go have a great weekend, and we will see y'all here next Thursday night.